Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2022 Netflix original horror thriller film. We'll put thriller in question marks. It was a horror film. Hellhole. So this is our 30 minutes, as all movies should be, hour and a half long. This movie took forever to get through. The pacing was so over the place. It's unfortunate. And it had great creature design at the very end. But I'm very confused. And let me tell you why. The film is all in Polish, filmed in Poland. I don't speak Polish, so I'm reading subtitles. No problem with that. I've gone on many speeches of how I like watching films where I'm not familiar with the language. It's a different culture aspect, learning, right? This is more fiction in general, right? So it's about this monastery / sanitarium. These monks are in this actual cult, disguised as being monks and like stuff. So we start out, and this priest is about to sacrifice this newborn who has this birthmark, and obviously it's the mark of the devil, and there's this blood moon coming, and it's a sign, and etc., right? He's going to inhabit, a demon's going to inhabit this kid, and he's going to take over. So the monk is then shot by police, and this monastery, this sanatorium has had bad blood, obviously, with the militia, cops. Since then, 30 years go by. Baby's all grown up. Police officer puts on the persona of being a monk because they have reports of these 8 women who've gone missing in this area. So he's going to investigate. So he goes back to the church, back to the monastery, back to the sanatorium where he was almost murdered 30 years later. And so he's collecting info and like, why is the soup that they're eating disgusting, and why is he like, his teeth have flies in them, and things, right? This church is faking possessions. They're faking exorcisms with showboating, right? This also takes place in 1987, something like that. So they're showboating. That way they get more money from the Vatican for exorcisms and things to help fund their cult. And so they're now prepping for this next blood moon thing where the demon's gonna rise or something to that extent, right? And so they kidnapped these 8 women, and they've been eating them slowly by keeping them in a meat locker. Did not expect the cannibalistic aspect to it. And then the police officer / fake monk catches on to this, gets help from one of the fellow monks, he then is kidnapped, and he's brought to be not charged, but he's like tortured in regards to how dare you fake this and try to disassemble our master plan of cultism. But then as the story progresses, and then he's killed, and this person's killed, and that person's killed, and all these things are killed, all these individuals are killed, the flies come about more, right? And referencing that, okay, well, they're attracted to this kid because he's obviously got the mark of the beast, right? So he's going to inhabit the beast at some point. And then when he's killed, then the sacrifice can commence, and then the beast can rise again. And then the beast rises, and it's incredible character design. It's very, very Guillermo del Toro kind of character design. That's the best way to explain it. That monster kind of design. Gorgeous. But that character design is far too much like Pan, the god of nature. Because then as soon as the beast comes into the chapel, all the flowers on the dead plants start to bloom. And the tree that's outside that we thought was dead is starting to bloom. And then all the things are cracking, and things are growing. And then we get the split reverse shot, which is just gorgeous when the camera pans over, and we get the crucified monks upside down, and it's upside down, and then we get the outside shot, and we get the sky breaking open into the hell that's coming through, but in reverse. But I don't find this to be a hell, because you're showing me the god Pan, who's bringing nature, and Pan is not a demon, he's a god of nature. So I'm confused where the story ended. I liked that twist shot, and I'm a sucker for twist shots. When they're done appropriately, amazing. So I'm conflicted because the character design, the special effects, the cinematography were flawless. Everybody did a great job with the material they were given, but I don't understand the story because that wasn't the devil. That wasn't a demon. You just showed me the god Pan. How does this work? How is this called Hellhole? And the hole is opening up in the sky. Like, I get it, right? I get it. But we're not going to hell because the god Pan is there. I'm confused. I'm confused. Pacing was wonky. Everything else I mentioned, it's fine. I never have to see this again. It was on my list. Checked it off. We watched it. Hellhole. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.